in the case of nuclear or radiological...
This is a forthrider news break.
Karl Rove says Mr. Trump and America will pay a high price for the ex-president's reckless statements. Mr. Rove also wrote that instead of living up to his office, Mr. Trump treated it and America's national security flippantly, taking thousands of presidential records, among them hundreds of highly classified documents. Karl Rove, the Deputy Chief of Staff to President George W. Bush, eviscerated Donald Trump over the 37 charges he faces relating to the classified documents he hoarded at Mar-a-Lago in an opinion column.
I will appoint a real special prosecutor to go after the most corrupt president in the history of the United States of America, Joe Biden, and the entire Biden crime family. Name a special prosecutor. And all others involved with the destruction of our elections, our borders, and our country itself. They're destroying our country. And when I'm reelected, and we will get reelected, we have no choice. We're not going to have a country anymore. I will totally obliterate the deep state. We will obliterate the deep state.
Is there a deep state? David Rothkopf is a former editor of Foreign Policy magazine, who also worked on international trade policy in the Bill Clinton's administration. He's now a columnist for the Daily Beast and host of the podcast Deep State Radio. He has a new book called American Resistance: The Inside Story of How the Deep State Saved the Nation.
The Department of Justice has concluded that there is reasonable cause to believe that the Minneapolis Police Department and the City of Minneapolis engaged in a pattern or practice of conduct that violates the First and Fourth Amendments of the United States Constitution. There is also reasonable cause to believe that they engage in conduct that violates Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, the Safe Streets Act, and the Americans with Disabilities Act. Specifically, we found that MPD and the City of Minneapolis engages in a pattern or practice of using excessive force, unlawfully discriminating against Black and Native American people in enforcement activities, violating the rights of people engaged in protected speech, and discriminating against people with behavioral disabilities and responding to them in crisis.
DOJ probe finds that the Minneapolis police show pattern of violating rights. Attorney General Merrick Garland announced that the Department of Justice's investigation into the Minneapolis Police Department after the murder of George Floyd in 2020 found conclusively that the MPD engaged in the use of excessive force and racial discrimination that violated federal law. This is a forthrider news break.